Hey guys, Darryl Johnson, Ride the Wind. With good news and bad news. I'll start out with the good news. I hope everybody's doing well. Thank you for all of your comments, everything, just interacting with me. Way cool. I'm real weak today. Anyway, watch this. probably boring as hell for most of y'all, but it's what I basically do. Now talk about the second part of this. I wasn't supposed to get back in the cams because of seeing the debris field, figuring out the radiation thing. It was just all too much. Okay, those of you who followed me know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, some kind of deep mental overload. I'm not special. I'm not. I don't want to be. You know what I mean? Somebody else can have that job. But I think we all have the ability to tune into that, you know, and that's why I'm really pushing guitar, I guess, within myself. Because when I first started on my journey through guitar, through using a vibrato bar, which is that, I could hit any frequency, nailed any frequency you name, and I could do it by ear. So how's that work? I was just doo-dang around this. That guitar really doesn't stay in tune, but that's what I'm real good at doing. A lot of people have to have their music laid out for them, you know, sheet music, etc. It's all right here in my head, you know, things that I wrote when I was 12, 13. And to me, still have relevance today and can be rocked up, you know, redone. So anyway, there's that. The patterns that I run are geometric patterns. You know, I never understood, and a friend helped me last week, that knowing guitar, knowing music theory, knowing your patterns, knowing your keys, knowing your scales, you know, the 5 letters, numbers, and the golden ratio, the base of 369, Tesla. I mean, shall I keep going? Really, you know, all adding up ultimately to 144. So, I find the frequency. I've always been good at finding the frequency, and whether or not I knew my patterns back in the day, I was still able to muddle my way through and stay in key, like while I was doing my leads and stuff, where usually you start popping out a couple of wrong notes, you know. They're very noticeable, especially if you're up on a stage with your with your amp cranked up to 10. But it's what I love y'all, and I love you guys also. But I love this part of me, you know, and to try and bring it back, you know. There's a lot of positives in what's coming, you know, if you really think about it. The way it's going is crap. It just is, and it won't get any better. It'll continue to get worse. They're already clamping down laws on censorship, censoring about everything's out there. Last I got a report is they're going to be censoring dental floss. Yeah, dental floss. So obviously you can see things have gotten pretty rough out there. You guys need to pay attention to the planets. What the storms are doing, what they're causing, what the magnetic field of Ison is, which is our dragon. Three. That 3 is the 3 points. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, boom, 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 boom. It looks like a B, but it's tilted on its side, so it's like a less than or equal sign. I got it 6 years ago with a little teeny. I told you guys I caught it about a month ago. I should have kept my eye on it, you know. But now it's doing things that I can barely understand. You know, the power within this thing. It's like a living laser beam. So there's all that. My son is sending me, and I think I might have told you, geometric patterns and sacred geometry. And he's doing it in these like kaleidoscope type formats, and it's just really cool. And I see him as kind of maybe starting to awaken, you know, but in his own way, which is very important to all of you, is to do it in your own way, at your own pace, at your own time, and don't let what I do influence that, unless it sparks something that's 100% good to your soul. Okay, let me repeat that again. Don't let anything in your life, unless it's 100% beneficial to yourself. Okay, so let's get with the planet report. I don't have anything wrote down. Mom won't tell you scary stories. Okay, these reflections, there's three. Okay, they're orange. One's an off orange, dark orange. One's a red, like a laser red ball. Okay, it's sitting somewhere in northern Canuck or some crap up in. I can dig it up, but northern Moscow, right? No, northern Russia. I have videos of it appearing in the sky and in St. Petersburg, and what I would define as pandemonium. Okay, plus the guys I saw up north were running from it, running from it. Okay, um, so for me, it was really a life-changing experience, and then to go to Moscow and see the same thing, and you can see on the streets these glaring orange light, like almost the light is coming from the street instead of it being bounced from the sky. That's how powerful this light is. Okay, and that's with all three colors, and the one I can't fit in to the picture, right? Always the duck in the room, right? Is the big green thing, which I think emits more uh, luminosity at number one, but number two, power, because the insignia that this thing leaves, or I would call it a refraction of reality, right? It's not somebody's flashlight lighting up the side of a freaking 50-story skyscraper in Upa, Russia. No, I'm sorry, I'm not buying that one, right? Plus, the red ball, I'm starting to see like everywhere. Okay, like especially if it catches a light, especially if it catches a red light. And I was thinking this. Follow me. Very important. If you take a tuning, the T they play in music, right? And you take another T, I believe this is how it works, okay? You take another T and you put it inside the room. And keep tinging that one, ting, 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 ting. That will cause that one, if it is of the same vibration, let's go with 432 for no effing argument purposes, okay? That 432 resonance that's coming out of the one that's being hit, that's actually vibrating, will eventually connect with the other T on the other side of the room and cause it to go up also. Okay, now how do I apply this? Now think of that, and I'm just guessing here, gang, but I bet I'm right. Okay, just don't have the energy to go and pull PhDs out right now. I need to do a paper, because if I'm the first guy discovering this, I certainly want to be remembered for it. Yeah, you'll be remembered. Anyway, so let's recreate that same scenario with light. Okay, there's a light that matches a certain light on a street. I believe there's a higher vibration coming from that light. Let's say the higher vibration or the higher frequency is coming through via form of stellar cores, via plasma bursts, via that our north and south pole are floating around the world like vortexes. 5G. I mean, really, do I need to keep going on? Okay, so that's obviously, and planets are obviously even above that in power at emitting up a frequency. Because I've been watching this last year. Kill Devil Hill, okay, which to me is an emblem of Osiris's. Same with the Washington Monument, same with the whole deal. Okay, if you haven't figured that part out yet, you need to go back to 101. Okay, because that's what they are. Okay, so I'm watching Kill Devil Hill, and I'm watching it. I don't even know where it's at, but the sky's flashing, and there's some street lights up front, and they're just going off with it. There's this weird thing that formed behind it, which I have defined as a sprite since then, SPRITE, not the drink, but it is a formation that appears when there is electromagnetic discharge. There's another factor here, and this is as per Anthony Thatch, particle physicist, scholar, okay? Big time guy. Talking about, well, number one, CERN went to high luminosity Large Hadron Collider, so they're using the UV factor 2576, which again is Einstein Bose condensation, but I want to lose you guys. I'm trying to stay on point here and make a point. Okay, the frequency from these planets is really strong, and I believe it's interacting and has been interacting. If I could have remembered finishing the storm at Wright Brothers Monument was transferring some type of power. All our reactors are the same design. It all goes back to Shiva. This PhD states that all the unused the nuclear fusion power that is created is transferred back through the Shiva lingas. Shiva lingas are alternators / generators. They can either receive or emit power. Yeah. It got real deep, but I kind of I dug myself out of the quicksand hold on that one, you know, and to get into strangelets and fractals and all that, I mean, that'd be a whole other channel, but I think it's really cool stuff. So we've got a higher frequency coming from this planet, which I think is pretty much 100% radioactive. No way to get around it, right? That's probably why it's melted. We've got that stronger frequency affecting our reds, because I'm seeing on the side of like a building out in the middle of like a hood, right? And there's a big orange flaming red ball on it. Or there's a big flaming red-green one, or a red one. I was in the middle of this little park I'm watching, right? And it catches something red, or it was the reflection. They had the power to lay down the reflection, and it's almost like you're looking at it in the sky. So this has become very, very prevalent. It's become, get on 1 or 2 cams and see. I don't need to spend the day going through Russia anymore. Plus, all the cams are shut down on the way. I don't have that many to go through anyway, but I still got them, right? Okay. I could get on the cams, and I swear to gosh, I mean, I'm not going to bet anybody's life, but, you know, I'll make anybody a wager out there, $10,000. You give me 5 minutes, and I'll pull you out of plant. Okay? I'm negotiable, though. So that's happening. On the streets, the wet streets, Ufa, St. Petersburg, Denmark, Switzerland, different cities in Switzerland. I haven't been to Japan because it kind of scares me. I will let you know that the world is covered mostly in chaff. And I was going to finish with the Planet X Hunter. So the first thing he started, I come full circle. The first thing he started talking about chaff, you know. And I keep giving him comments, and still play buddy. And I want to be your friend, dude. Come on, what's up, man? Do I not look cool? Oh, anyway, I leave him nice comments and say he's doing cool work. You know, he's on it, right? And so I was talking about, what was I talking about just the other day? I was talking about the debris field. And I know I'm the first guy, and this means much to me because I spent a lot of work learning this stuff. You guys, I've spent 6 years, my whole body. If anybody's name goes on it, it needs to go to the guy who first saw it, you know. And if that's ego, that's ego. Sorry, right? I don't want to have ego. I want to leave a legacy, you know. But most importantly, more than that, it's about saving lives, right? Okay, so. Anyway, 2 or 3 days ago, I'm talking about the debris field. I began to discuss, there's another part we're not factoring in here, but we've always known about, right? Anyway, I watched this video, I guess it was from today. He's shooting debris fields. Yeah. Looks like a bunch of stars. If you don't get a real good shot at them or know where to hit them, they look like a bunch of stars, like a big gathering of stars. But there are places where they look like they're melting the horizon with the nuclear wave of heat. So I make no underestimations right now, you know. I know they're programming us on the TV. If you've noticed, they've always got pink going. Pink is a new motif. Pink is a new motif. Pink is the new motif, right? For your your providers, your phone providers, etc. Pink's out there, scarlet light. So they're like putting it in our face. Okay, I told you pink is a signature of radiation. It's also a signature of 5G, which is radiation, right? Okay, so to me, I see that as pre-programmed. So I equal this to what the dragons can do. If I'm seeing them and they're 10 times the size of the earth, they're out there ways. Okay, I think they still have hold of us magnetically. They are a factor of what's going on too. There's so many factors. It would take another video. Is it something they're programming in our heads? So like every day, you know, or the ecliptic, I think, is running like maybe every 10 days because it popped through the other night and lit the sky orange all night. That must have been after leaving Russia. So is the ecliptic 10 days, right? So, you know, what I'm thinking is, you know, they're slowly let us into this with these colors, with this and that, and the commercials that make statements that, you know, maybe they've got a plan so they'll have us so mentally subdued where one pops through, it doesn't matter. Or we'll get used to seeing this red glowing trio plus the other two, orange and green, as like normal everyday thing. You know, I mean, we're in very uncharted territory right now, you know, but I know I'm looking in the right direction. I don't know where the rest of everybody else is, but I know I'm looking in the right direction. I don't mean to be cocky or anything like that, you know, but I'm going to kind of go with that gut feeling because number one, I'm not getting that input back from other channels to know if I'm in the right direction or to be working with anybody. But I do know what I say is backed up by sight, cam footage to back that up, and then also I'll pull out a PhD if you want, you know. But anyway, y'all be safe. I don't mean to be dark or anything like that, but you know, I'm really confused about the way the platform works. I guess I have been from the start, you know. You know, go ahead and say it. It is, I think, the motto out there, whether you know it's true or not, you know, go ahead and say it. And since the beginning, that has had my skin or my fur so up that you can do that when we're here to save lives, and you could possibly affect trillions of people, millions, whatever the case may be. I don't care if it's one. You know, if that person relates disinformation and it causes one person to get hurt, that's one person too many, you know. So anyway, keep the ideas coming in. I'm sorry, I'm so tired. Need to eat. But bless you all. Anything I've sent out to anybody, if I've scared you past the line, I apologize. It was not my intent. But welcome to the crash course into my world. I'll tell you what, I don't need to go back any farther than the month and find stuff. I mean, really, I don't even care about my old stuff anymore because it's like 500% different. Nothing is the same. Nothing. And something's here. Something's here. I mean, just the overall thing. I mean, obviously it's him, but I feel other things here also, you know, and that makes me a little bit nervous, and I don't see people helping each other yet, so I don't know if the clock's clicked out or how that's going to work. Maybe it'll take a small, I hate to even say it, maybe a small catastrophe that brings us something that'll catch people's attention, that'll bring us closer together, you know, and make us realize the only people we have to depend on is one another. And if we can't do that, then we got issues. Anyway, this is Ride the Wind. Y'all have a good night. Thank you. Sorry if the guitar bored you. Have a good night. Bye. I was meditating.